ISTPs and Si Inferior. So I hear a lot of people say online, you're not an ISTP. ISTPs are not empathetic. ISTPs are assholes. And you know, it makes me sad that people think that about ISTPs. I can understand why they would think that, but also try to understand why an ISTP would shut off empathy. I mean, here's my experience as like a little girl. So I've got SE parent, I have FE inferior. Like I came out of the womb just naturally like being able to read people, their emotions, their expressions, micro expressions. Like I see all of it, I feel all of it, you know? People expect you to like make them feel good, make them feel comfortable. So it's kind of like, okay, that's my responsibility. Like, and this is my experience. Other ISTPs may have different experiences, but my experiences impacted me. And then I'm a female, so I'm expected to like use more FE, more feeling and all that. Now, I was very stoic as a child. Like, it felt really embarrassing to emote outwardly. So I was like really stoic. Even when I had my first child, like, well, I only have one kid, but when I was pregnant, in labor, in like severe pain, passing out every like 2 minutes from pain, you know, I was trying to go without an epidural because I wanted as natural as possible. And when I find like 45 minutes later, I'm like, you know what? Let's just do the epidural. And the nurse told me, you know, if I didn't know you were in labor, I wouldn't know you were in pain because that's how well I hid it. ISTPs can hide the pain. I mean, any type can. But it really hurts. The inferior is the most sensitive in the psyche. So think about it. If you're an ISTP, you're built to use TI, introverted thinking. You're logical, you tell the truth, and then the world over and over, either family, teachers, your peers, you get the message over and over, no, it's not okay to use TI, that's unacceptable. Oh my God, you're so mean, you told the truth. Like, and then the lack of acceptance, that's really painful for FE inferior. FE inferior needs 100% acceptance. So feeling unacceptable by like the entire world, your family, feeling misunderstood, like that really gets to you. So I understand why ISTPs would choose to shut off extroverted feeling, because it hurts. It hurts so bad. I mean, if I wasn't an Enneagram 4, I probably would have done the same thing, but I'm a 4. I'm a 4. And, you know, I have experimented with shutting off FE, and it's like, whoa, this is so much easier. Just like, no feeling, just, it feels like a calm lake. But then what happens when you're not dipping into those feelings, all of a sudden it's like a tidal wave. It just big feelings, you can't contain them because they have to go somewhere. And plus people, oh my God, they're so annoying. They're so annoying. Like almost every try not to cuss, almost every human being on earth is annoying. The people that don't annoy me are the people with the sensing functions in the pessimistic slots like me. So like I have pessimistic extroverted sensing parent function. So parent and inferior are both pessimistic slots. So ENTPs, ENFPs, they don't get on my nerves. They don't. Like I see their introverted sensing as like so cute and adorable because my parent extroverted sensing, you know, it's like it's a parent looking at a little 3-year-old baby. It's like, oh, so cute, so adorable. And you just want to like take care of him. I mean, that's kind of how ENFPs are. That's how I feel. with my extroverted feeling, like their introverted feeling parent is like, oh, you're so cute, like when I'm all like hurt and emoting, and like it's literally like a 3-year-old. It is a baby in your psyche. It literally is. And so it's really hard to deal with that. Like, I thought I had borderline personality disorder. I thought maybe I had bipolar disorder. Like, I've been to therapists and I'm like, I think I have this. They're like, no, you don't. You don't. Thank God. And I had dysthymia. That's what I was diagnosed with, dysthymia and anxiety. And I had severe social anxiety, by the way, like to the point of being mute. Like, Si Inferior has severe social anxiety. It's scary. It's scary as a kid, because like you're getting constant feedback that what you're saying isn't okay, and you're hurting people's feelings. And extroverted feeling doesn't want to hurt people's feelings, especially in the inferior. That's where the insecurity is. So, you know, I wish people would just like actually try to understand ISTPs and their mind wiring, because if you understood, like, maybe you could accept us more, you know? I mean, if I wasn't a 4 and used my extroverted feeling and stuff, like, and go out of my way to like care about people, because I'm super caring to the point where it's like on a spectrum of like 100 caring to 0 don't give a fuck. It's because it's like I've already done so much with SE and FE, and then it's like, wow, so many people like, they don't even thank me. And it's like, I'm not doing these things to get a thank you, but it's like the lack of gratitude is just, it kind of like builds some resentment. So, you know, I had to learn, okay, like, I'm happy to help people, like, shine a light for them, guide them if they want. If they don't appreciate me, or if they're not smart enough to like see my wisdom, I'm just like, okay, yeah, moving on. You're not worth my time. That's literally how I think, because like, yeah, it's too frustrating. It's too frustrating to deal with people who just like, I mean, in all honesty, and this is probably coming from my 4, you know, 4s can be like either, oh God, all those people are better than me, or I'm better than them, because, you know, there's a comparison that goes on. As a kid, I was very beat myself up, but then I was like, you know what? It's not me, it's them. So, you know, my sexual instinct started coming out, because I was self-pres as a kid. And then my sexual instinct started being like, nah, it's not me, it's them. So then that comparison, I came out on top, like, constantly. Like, I do try to be really honest with myself and with others. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not perfect. Like, I know there's a problem here. Like, having so many toxic relationships, like, why do I keep picking narcissists, sociopaths? And then I graduated to alcoholics, and then, I mean, I became a freaking expert in psychological types, whatever, but it's like I really needed to learn how to love myself. That was the key, you know? Love myself, accept myself, respect myself. Like, as an ISTP, if someone doesn't teach you that, you don't know. It's because of FI demon. You really don't know. Like, we don't really have a value system unless someone teaches us the value system. And then we have to see the value system and be like, does that make sense? Like, is that actually a good value system? And like, we get used a lot. Like, sometimes I'm being used, I don't even know I'm being used. And then you get older, and then people kind of say things, like give you feedback, and you're like, oh shit, I was being used. That person was using me. Because, I don't know, like, inner child, it's so optimistic and can be kind of dreamy, and it, like, as a 4, like, I've always wanted like that great relationship where I did actually believe that perfection was a real thing when I was a kid, but then I realized, okay, it's not. And it was actually my therapist that hit me on the head with the truth and was like, you know what, everyone at some point in time is going to disappoint you. That's just a part of life. It's going to happen. And I was like, oh. I mean, you know, every type has their stuff that they have to learn, you know? So try to be patient with each other. And I know I really lose patience with some types. I won't talk about that in this video. There's definitely some types that I don't like that much. But with Si Inferior, it's like, look, your ISTP has a heart, a very sensitive heart. Accept them 100%. Validate them. Like, give them feedback. Oh, that didn't feel good. But like, trust that they're doing their best. If they're being honest with you, that's a sign they respect you. Like, if the honesty hurts, say, ooh, I recognize, you know, you're being honest with me. That really hurt. Do you think, is there a different way, like, we could say this in the future that maybe softens the blow? That's completely reasonable. ISTPs, I think, generally are pretty reasonable. Like, we are smart. We're really smart. We're adaptable. We're capable of learning because we are smart. We like to figure things out. As a 4, I really like to figure out people, especially people I'm interested in, like people I'm dating. That's super important to me. Well, the people, the person. I never was the type to like to date multiple people. No. I one at a time. And I have a wonderful, wonderful man. I'm so grateful. So grateful. And he's done the work too. He's also a 4, and we just really get each other. And we're able to talk things out, you know, because we're both logical people, but we both also have deep feelings. But it's like we understand all that 4 stuff. And so that just makes such a huge difference. So like with Si Inferior, it's a baby. So like, I notice this even now, like, it's so annoying. So like, my man, he's like super good at like reaching out to me, like, I love you, I miss you. Like, I need that. I need it. It feels good. It soothes Si Inferior to be like, okay, he didn't forget about me. He still loves me. And it's so, oh my God, feelings are irrational. They just are. But, so here's an example, like, and it's kind of like the intuition functions also can be really paranoid and anxious as well. And they make up these stories that are so not true. Like, you think you know what's happening, and no, you don't have a clue. You don't. Oh my God, he didn't text me because I said something wrong, or oh my God, maybe he met someone else and she's better than me, or whatever. It's like stupid shit like that. And it's like, I really try to do this self-compassion journaling and just remind myself, okay, look, your feelings are irrational. Like, he literally just told you he loves you like 3 hours ago. Like, he does still love you. I have to like talk myself down, but sometimes when it gets too big, I'm like, I text him, I'm like, I miss you. Or when it's really, really bad, I'm like, I'm feeling really insecure right now. I need your help. Like, yes, you sound like a fucking bitch, like a little pussy bitch, whatever. But, you know, it's Si Inferior. It's a baby. It needs a bottle. It needs to be held, like C.S. Joseph says. It's just the way it is. I mean, everybody's inferior function needs to be soothed. And because it's a 3-year-old, it's like, it needs to be a consistent thing. So like, if I'm with someone, if I'm like dating someone and I feel abused in my Si Inferior, that's not gonna work. It's just not. I think because what happens is it turns into hatred, because the inferior, it orbits the demon function. So like, I've built up a lot of strength and stamina in my Si Inferior, and I can feel it when the demon is like, we got to destroy this relationship, because I will literally get depressed. Like, I'll feel depressed, like deeply depressed, if I don't feel like a high enough priority, if I don't feel like I'm being valued enough by the man in my life. Like, it's a big deal. It is a big deal. And so I can feel that demon coming, and I'm like, it's telling me, no, you got to self-preservation, get rid of this relationship, fuck it all, blow it up. And I feel it. So like, I'll tell my man, like I try to express that and with feminine language, and I'm just like, okay, well, let's see what happens. Like, something's gonna happen. We're either gonna come back together or this is fucking done, because I can't do this. Like, self-preservation. It's literally self-preservation. So it's really important to understand the person you're dating. I mean, the people in your life, your friends, your family, even the people you work with. Because when you understand them, like, you can get along with them. You can give them what they need. It's just like, it makes sense to me. It seems like a really smart thing to do. People think typology is bullshit, and I think they're stupid. Like, I literally do. I'm like, are you serious? This is such a real thing. And like, I don't know. Sorry, yes. I do judge people. I do. I'm a human being. We are all human beings. We all have our feelings and experiences, and they all matter. They all matter. And I have another video about that, but so yeah, thanks for watching, and okay, bye.